Yes, it was before the age of enlightened custody.
Right.
Actually, my husband was very much a house husband, but and a student and a teacher, but he did get custody, and I lost. It was unusual. In those days, mothers never. My lawyer said to me, there's no way that you'll ever lose custody of this child, because mothers are always given the custody of their children. And I lost custody, and then my son came back to live with me few years later, 3 years later.
Was it very changed? Could you bridge the gap, or was it very hard?
Well, I saw him a lot. You know, there was not. I think that we have had, let us say, a difficult relationship to the world growing up as mother and son. But you know, he's 32 years old now, and 31. Sorry.
Then you were a baby. But then you were.
I'm 32. Sometimes I forget.
You were a baby when you had him.
Yeah, I was just extremely young.
But also alcohol. I mean, you've been through. It's like a soap opera to have you sitting here looking so great in the body and such good. You went through alcohol. You went through drugs. Were you just a very addictive personality?
Well, I like to have a lot of fun, and I did have a lot of fun at times. I did a lot of things to excess, and you know, you find that you finally, fortunately, you find a way to lead a different life, and I lead a very different life now.
Now you do. They said you're into running because the body looks. We were watching you on the monitor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's damn good. It's probably hereditary, though. Probably something to do with
hereditary.
you.
Yeah, my grandmother, my grandfather, aunts and uncles. They were not runners, but they could wear bodysuits. Those people.
Where do you run?
I run all over the country when I travel.
Do you travel constantly now, or are you slowing?
Well, I've been very fortunate because I have kept making music and made music all over the world. I think that live music is something rare. It's like an endangered species, and so I've carried live music to people in my concerts throughout my whole life, and so I've done it for health and for mental health, and it's the thing that I love to do so much.
What happened? Because I come out of, as we both do, the 60s and the 70s when rock was going on, and then before rock, of course, folk, and then folk just disappeared.
Well, I don't know if it disappeared. I think people, it didn't disappear really, Joan. A lot of people sing and play and involve themselves in all kinds of music that aren't necessarily the things that are being played on Top 40 radio. Yeah. And then you get an extraordinary breakthrough where a good song that's a ballad or a good song that has meaning will come into Top 40 radio, and all of a sudden people will discover, you know what I think changed things? For a period there, you heard a lot of rock and roll and very little else, and then a song really broke through, the song about Luca, about child abuse. And don't you know that people listen to that and they realize this is about something important. This is about a child who's being abused. And I think Suzanne Vega did everybody a big favor, because all of a sudden then again, you could sing about many different things, and there's a lot more room on radio now for the kinds of music that are varied and unusual.
Who do you listen to?
Well, I listen to Paul Simon, and I listen to Suzanne Vega, and I listen to Billy Joel, who's one of my favorite writers and singers in the world. You know.
What do you think? And this is a very stupid, simplistic question, but...
It's a good-looking audience, by the way.
I know.
Want your television... Hello, even a few people I know out there. My mother. Hi, Mom.
Where's your mother?
No, she's...
Let's turn the camera on her mother. We always do that. Of all the decades that you and I are conscious, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, which do you think was the stupidest for music? The worst music came out of it, the dumbest music.
Well, let's see. How about Earth Angel, Earth Angel? That was when I was in high school when that song was coming out. I don't know. There's always good music somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm a great believer in discovering what is not obvious on the surface, and there's always something wonderful. The kind of, if you love to dance, there was great dance music at certain times. The advantage of the 60s, and one of the reasons I think that we look to it as a kind of a level to which we could aspire, is that there were so many different kinds of music going on simultaneously that were being heard simultaneously.
Right.
So I would say that that's true. Now, with my new album, which is Fires of Eden, which is, oh, you have it. Oh, good. That's so nice.
Will you do a song from it?
Oh, I'd love to.
Can we go to commercial and then get you to come back and do a song from
I'd love
Fires
to.
of Eden?
Yes.
When we come
Absolutely.
back, not that I'll push it, Judy will sing a song from Fires of Eden for us, all right? Okay.
It's not over till it's over, I heard someone say. Must be a whisper in the wind, 'cause you're so far away. But in my restless sleep, I could swear I saw you next to me, saying I'm coming home. We'll never spend another night alone. Remember when love was innocent? There was never a better time. But you know those fires of Eden still burn in this heart of mine. The morning's uncertain, it's a nervous day, and I look for a reason why I should feel this way. I hear a voice from before, drifting through my open door, saying it's alright, we're gonna light those flames tonight. Remember when love was innocent? There was never a better time. But you know those fires of Eden still burn in this heart of mine. Remember when love was freedom? We knew we were two of a kind. But you know those fires of Eden still burn in this heart of mine. And don't you wonder how we drifted so far when we belonged to each other, or even miles apart. And there's a place that was meant for the two of us, and when we touch the embers, you'll feel my love as strong as it ever was. Remember when love was innocent? There could still be better times. But you know those fires of Eden still burn in this heart of mine. Remember when love was freedom? We knew we were two of a kind. But you know those fires of Eden still burn in this heart of mine. Remember when love was innocent? There could still be better times. But you know those fires of Eden
Judy Collins. We'll be right back with Joan Brooks.